No, I don't wanna play no games. No, I don't wanna hear your promises. You do you and I'll do me. That's just the way it is.
Boom.
This is me in the second half. So I was downstairs, granted, so I wasn't swinging, but my brother watching football just like this. Thought, yeah, I'll do an instant reaction, and then I thought, I'm off back to Leeds Fest, back to party. Continues, we're on the, the soft stuff here, really, but it's just a bit of a live and a bit of a refresher. Biddly, 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 boat. Yes, yo. Here we go. There ain't nobody down round here. I don't care what anybody says. Get that badger in and on and over here. We had to move back to get his greatness in. Need to do... Keep liking, keep subscribing, guys. Much appreciated. I tried to get to 6,000 subscribers before the start of the season. We're 2 games in. We got to 5,500. We nearly got there. You never achieve your goals in this world. You've only got to go on Twitter to realise that the rap dream is still well alive. We're doing our best. It'll be also interesting just to see the people that will come on the channel now and comment without watching the video, because they'll see the title and go, "We got unlucky! That fucking this guy!" And then they go crazy and like, "Did you watch the video, mate?" Which often is just a comment back, with the... And I've not caught up on the comments, guys, basically, because I've been getting lashed in the field all weekend. But shout out to Tim Flowers for the super chat the other day. Brilliant name. Ming, JT, CH, Enar, and Righteous One. And shout out to Mark Eddie Edison, who gave me a pass so that I can fly through Thorner in the taxis and in my car and in my van. It's a sensation, and it really does make all the difference. So thank you, Mark Eddie Edison, for dropping that off at the local petrol station for me. Very much appreciated. Yesterday, there's not too much to say about it, to be brutally honest. I mean, obviously, there's no point. I don't think there's any point calling out individuals, although as the rant sort of goes on, I may very well end up naming some players just mainly by accident. But the reason why there's no point literally naming anybody is because there was all absolutely diabolical, weren't there? Before everybody loses their mind about everything all the time, I just want to talk briefly about the first 10 minutes. I'm not taking any positives from the game before anybody thinks, happy clapping bastard, got beat 5-0 and you're fucking on about the decent bit. You're fucking this guy. You are clueless. I thought first 10 minutes we actually rode it out quite well. They was obviously significantly better than us. It was far superior football team. But I thought first 10 minutes were tricky, obviously, but I thought we soaked it up relatively well. Minimal chances, would you say? Really? That's why it's frustrating from the set piece, but we'll get to that. James found himself in a few good positions. Let's have it right. I said the other day that it would be more of a game for James and not so much Nonto in this game. It was more Nonto against Everton. And James, I thought, genuinely got in some good positions, and he could have done with being a bit more aggressive and getting at the defender a bit more. And he didn't. He cut inside, went on his left and stuff, which he did in the Championship last year. And, it is a part of his game that he can do. But really, at this level, we just want him to get to byline, don't we, and shit up the left back as much as he possibly can. Also frees Bogle up and all that stuff. But there was a couple of little bits. I thought Bogle still looked good on ball. Sorry, Badger, you can't tell me that he ain't Messi-esque. He's a few little touches he's got, and how he beats players. He's brilliant, and he's really good in tight spaces. But obviously, nobody were good yesterday. But I'm just talking a bit of shit. Why not? It's hard to enjoy a 5-0 drubbing. I appreciate. I thought Tanaka, I said yesterday in the video, Friday in the video, that I just want us to be really direct and go, and I don't just mean in terms of the long ball, but do everything at 100 mile an hour and really keep up some pace. They're going to bring some pace. They're going to want to dictate the pace, and we need to just hit it hard. Do everything at 100%. Go for the lines, like I said about Djokovic. Try at the corners in every single sense. Go for broke with it. And if it goes tits up or it doesn't quite happen, that's what I'm saying with James. Just get at your left back. If you don't beat him, nobody cares. Try whip it in. If it don't come off, it don't come off. And I just felt Tanaka a few times. I'm not singling Tanaka out because I thought Stack were poor. Gruev's getting absolutely battered online, which Gruev, nobody was good. We got beat 5-0, but I don't think Gruev was particularly that bad. Struick's getting pelters as well, and I'm not particularly Struick's biggest fan in the world. I really like him. I think he's a proper decent defender, but I don't know if he's at the Premier League level where we want to get to. But right now, I think he deserved his place. I thought he played really well against Everton, so I think he deserved his spot, and he's the captain, vice captain still, without having Ampadu in the side, which I think, everybody's saying that was a miss, and it is a miss because he's tenacious in there and stuff. But I think we could have played any single one of our, I wanted to see more of Longstaff. I thought it'd have been better to go with Longstaff but he obviously doesn't, truth be told, he doesn't trust Stack or Tanaka in that defensive midfield role, does he? So he went with Gruev. But yeah, Tanaka just chose a few times. There was just a 5-yard pass that my man Longstaff would give, the 5-yard pass sideways. We were all banging on about it last year, going sideways. Sideways is better than backwards, isn't it? There were just a few times when they were taking a breath, and it's just like, I don't know, just got to go for it a little bit. The Struik chance was excellent, Ed. It was a joy to watch, and a delivery come in. Stack obviously delivered the ball, which is kind of on a frustrating level, but if he can deliver corners better than anybody else, you've got to just go with it, haven't you? But he's a big lad, and I thought, I was hoping that you'd have the big lad in the box trying to win the headers, but he put it on Struik's knocker, and he really did fire it in, didn't he? Anywhere else, any sort of, I think, I don't want to be that guy. He connected with it too well, didn't he? Hey, he connected with it too well, didn't he? So, but he did connect with it extremely well, didn't he? And it were a decent enough save. Peri Sauce is getting some stick. I mean, to be honest, I thought this was a risk just in general. I just thought, they've looked around the market and we've ended up with Peri Sauce, haven't we? He's a man mountain, he's massive, but he lingers on the ball, like, and for the goal, for the Gokares goal, whatever he's called, I mean, he fell down like I do when I've had a drink. It folded like a fucking omelette. I don't know. He just does. He does that thing where you just holding on to the ball for too long. I've started single players out now, and I said I wasn't gonna. But there's just some certain things need saying, don't they? He lingers on like as though he's trying to be really good on the ball, and then he's launching it long with throws and that, and it's all like show pony-esque. I don't know. Just do stuff early, like you can go on about Mez as much as you want, and I'll get pellets, and I don't care because I'm not saying bring Mez back, but Mez's distribution is better than the goalkeeper than Peri Sauce. He can't even thump it long. Really, when we talk about distribution, if we're brutally honest, they want to do the 5-10 yard stuff easily, don't they? Just like my man Trafford did yesterday, where he gives the goal away. You want that stuff. That's the stuff you want the keeper to be able to do. In terms of clipping it 30-40 yards and it landing on on a pea shoot, do you need the keepers to be doing that? I don't know. Are you better off just? I mean, he can't even lump it. He chops at all sorts. And I have to state this because it absolutely infuriates me. Absolute passengers during corners. Go and win it. I don't know. We're so like reactionary to it, and it's not just us. I think it's a plague that goes throughout football. I know they're really good at set pieces and corners, but ultimately it's just the delivery. If you're going to win it, just go. We were so compact. It's like, surely if you're doing zonal marking, which it was, because you're not going and following them to the back post. But why they're constantly like this, and then the ball's coming in. Just have 3 in the 6-yard box if that's where you want to hold the line for some reason. Fair enough, if they're pushing right onto the goalkeeper into the 6-yard area or at the back of it, if you want to be in there, just put 3. What ended up happening was you're all stood still and you're too close to each other, so nobody can go up and win it. Because really, say if this is going to be hard to explain. If the Badger's in one zone and I'm in the next zone, the Badger's zone to win is just out of shot here because he's going to run and win it, isn't it? And I'm coming to win it where the Badger is at. Do you know what I mean? If I'm trying to win it here and the Badger's trying to win it here and the ball's coming, whose is it? It creates too much confusion. You'd be better off having our 3 best headerers going in across the 6-yard box like that. Get up to where the Badger is and win it. The Badger goes to win it further forward. Attack it as though they're attacking. They don't know where the ball's going, do they? They've got a rough idea, but so do we. It's coming bang in the centre of the bastard goal, isn't it? Right on top of the keeper, in the middle. They're not putting it. They're not these extravagant corners. They are great at them, but ultimately it's a decent delivery and a good header, isn't it? Or flick on or whatever. The Timber goal, I'll slightly forgive, but just on the basis that that's just a delivery and a header. But the scrambly one is just like, go and do something. Somebody win it. I mean, Stewart got pellets for that because he's flapping about a bit, but at least he's kicked the fucking thing. I don't know, like Rodon was just stood there, just watching and waiting. Peri Sauce is like this. I thought Peri Sauce were a bit at blame, to be honest, for Saka's goal. And then everybody goes, oh, he fired it in. It's a brilliant finish and stuff. He's a man mountain. Make yourself big on that Schmeichel hype. Make yourself big. He flies past him and he goes, and he just puts his arms as though he's made an effort for it. I don't know. it frustrated me. And just to add as well, just for a bit of light humour, because I've gone off on a rant about corners there. That Gyökeres celebration is disgusting to me. That is, honestly, I'm just like, every time I just thought, who do you think you are, mate? It's so bad, that, isn't it? Do you not agree? That's bad. That's like child, like, I know everybody loves it, don't they? We have to love the character of him to go, you know, the masked man. It's just like, what are you on about, you gent? Get out. Go home. Go home with your 3 points and your 5-0 and fuck off. But ultimately, we've won one and we've lost one, haven't we? And I know that is bread and butter, but if we win one, lose one, win one, lose one, win one, lose one, we'll be all right, won't we? So we're into Newcastle. It's going to be a tough game. Obviously, we've got the midweeker against Sheff Wednesday. I'm sure we'll see a bit more of Okafor or whatever he's called. Longstaff will probably get a start. DCL will be around. Metro will probably start. We're sitting nicely in 12th, and I'm kind of saying that tongue-in-cheek, but I do joke about that because it's 2 games in, but ultimately we are 12th, and had we not beaten Everton, we wouldn't be, and we've got beat 5-0 and we're still 12th. So, you know, we've had a better start than Brighton, we've had a better start than Wolves, we've had a better start than West Ham, we've had a better start than Man United, we've had a better start than Villa, we've had a better start than Crystal Palace. You know, we are legitimately 12th, whether you like that or not. You know, I know we're not to look at the league really until, I don't know, 19 games in and you either start shitting yourself or not at that point, but we weren't unlucky yet yesterday, just to be absolutely clear. It is clickbait. Get over it. I said the other week that Ramazani's time was done at the club just because he didn't play against Everton. Aronson and Harrison came on before him. He's had a bit of a piss and whinge on his Instagram. I'm sure, to be honest, I'm sure he's the type of lad that will have been delighted that we got thumped yesterday. I trust in Farke's decision, honestly. I know people are coming in for Farke saying he needs to get out the door already, but I trust in Farke. We trust, or I certainly still do. Definitely, you know, we're going to take a few thumpings out. It's a shame to get beat like that. We sort of died and the game was gone, wasn't it? You know, and the injury time goes frustrating because you're getting at half-time 1-0 down. You think, well, can we do something? Then you're bringing Okafor on and, you know, Metcha came on. It was a big bastard, is Metcha, I think, to be honest. He's a problem, I think. He really occupies the fan. I'm not going to go at Peru Risley, but he definitely, Metcha offers something very different, doesn't he? He's bald up top and he's a bit of a nightmare for defenders. I mean, he clattered a few of them and stuff. And sometimes, you know, I don't want to get on that Roy Keane hype, but go get stuck into somebody. Go get your elbows up and get in an header. Do you know what I mean? Get in a challenge. He's a big lad, isn't he? He seems like a tough bloke and he's good on ball and he's fast. I don't know. I think we could have done with that. I think we could have done with Longstaff in middle. Ultimately, I don't think it'd have made a blind bit of difference having them players start. We were always going to get beat. It's just frustrating to go 1-0 down in such a shit fashion and then we sort of capitulated a little bit. But hopefully, you know, Farke can get them back on board and just say, it is what it is. I'm not on the free hit hype, as you well know, but shit is as shit does. Nobody do it how he does it. If you don't know by now, you never knew, but we're not down yet. I'll sit through 90 minutes of that. I had flashbacks from the last time in the Premier League when we were getting bummed as well. And it's just like, well, you got to take your bumming, haven't you, to have the good days? Because ultimately that win against Everton meant so much more than any win last year in the Championship. And it just does. It feels better. So, you know, you got to take the rough with the smooth. I know you're winning loads of games, but when you get into big league and you just think, well, wasn't our day yesterday whatsoever, but how can we bounce back? Where can we go? We've just got to keep the players positive, try to keep the fan base on board, go batter Wednesday, it'd be a nice touch on it, and then go see what we can do against Newcastle. Peace out, everybody. Keep supporting the channel. I really do appreciate every which one of you. I might do a live tomorrow. I might see if Lockie's about or something and go from there. Peace. Love.
I don't wanna play no games. No, I don't wanna play no games. No, I don't wanna hear your promises. You do you and I'll do me. That's just the way it is.
Boom.